What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sang, and today I'll be reacting to a video from Dan Tavius titled, I took Sneakos course and it's worse than I thought. Ooh. Okay, well, just to start off, I am a fan of Sneako. And I probably should have prefaced this at the beginning of that Jordan Welch video where he was talking about the Andrew Tate $5,000 war room, okay? I am a fan of Sneako, but if they say something in this video that we all watching together and something does sound scammy or all, I'm just going to tell it how it is. That's not going to stop me from being a fan of this person though, okay? Just so we're all on the same page. Also, if you guys don't know what's going on with Sneako, YouTube took both of his channels. I had a feeling they were going to take the second channel, but I don't know why they took the first one. He didn't even have strikes on that channel, so that was off. He was out in Romania. He met Andrew Tate. He was down at the compound with Fresh and Fit. Then they went to London. I think they're back in Miami now. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's what's going on. Sneako said he's now trying to, his plan is to go over to Twitch. I don't know how that's going to work because we know how Twitch is politically and how he speaks. He going to have to tone it down or something because they're going to put him on Twitch too, but let's get into this and see what this guy Dan Tavius is talking about.
It's time to stop scrolling and start monetizing.
I think the reason so many scumbuckets are making so much money is because you're buying stupid fucking courses over and over, thinking there's some fucking magic formula.
Let's get this.
Yo, I thought that was dude talking. He just took a Gary Vee clip. Oh, so that's the energy we about to be on.
Right, bro.
The reason so many scumbuckets are making so much money is because you're buying stupid fucking courses.
Back in the day, when you asked a child what they wanted to be when they grow up, they would say something like astronaut, fireman, gynecologist. Okay, maybe that last one was just me. But times have changed. Today, if you ask a kid what they want to be, they'll most likely say a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer. And it doesn't just stop.
Facts. That's just how society's going, man. That also factors a big part into why nobody wants to join our armed forces either, but that's a whole nother story.
Up with kids. Once you reach adulthood, you quickly realize that life kind of sucks. Spending 8 hours a day in an artificially lit building working for a faceless corporation that doesn't give a about you, only to come home and feel like you've accomplished absolutely nothing, is a sad reality for many people. And when you finally get home after a long day, you wind down by watching your favorite YouTuber or streamer or TikToker, and you think to yourself, man, I wish that was me. Well, your favorite influencer is aware of this, and some of them are willing to exploit this for their own gain. Within a few years, we've seen a wave of influencers leveraging their fame to create courses that are supposed to teach you how to escape the matrix. But are they really trying to help you escape the matrix, or just bring you into their own matrix? Now, one thing I want to make clear is I don't necessarily think these courses are scams. A scam would be if you paid for a course and didn't receive anything in return. These courses aren't scams, but 99% of the time they're just shallow cash grabs that offer little in terms of actual value. And Sneako is the latest in a long line of influencers peddling these dog courses to their young fan base and getting rich while the people buying the courses stay poor.
Okay, so just let's backpedal a little bit. Do I believe you need a course to do whatever it is you're trying to do? No, you don't. All the information is out there for free. You got Google, you got your local library if you want to get some books, you got Barnes and Nobles. So all the information is out there. A lot of these people that do what they do and get big, they didn't buy courses, you know what I'm saying? They just put the time and energy and learning into doing whatever they're doing. Now, from the business end of things, if I'm a content creator and I've been doing things for years and I have this mass following and people following me saying, hey, can you please drop a course so I can learn how to do this and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I can see why they just go ahead and create a course and put it out there. A lot of people aren't just going to go research and do things on their own. They'll pay somebody, especially if they have access to ask somebody questions and stuff. They'll do that before they do something on their own. That's just how it is. If they market off of that, they just market off of that. I've thought about that before if I was ever in that position. Personally, I think I would just put the stuff right here on YouTube because if your YouTube's monetized, you're going to make money anyway, and then everybody has it. But it's not about me. But I can see why certain content creators do it. Also, to sit there and be like, you get rich while they stay poor. No, that's very inaccurate. If the person buys the course and then they do nothing with the knowledge they gained, that's on them. Once again, this stems back to them never even having to pay whatever course they're getting. They can always just learn to do some stuff on their own and just thug it out and grind to build whatever they're trying to build. That's on them if they stay poor. It's like, it ain't got nothing to do with the person they bought the course for. I can't really agree with that.
Because at the end of the day, the worst financial decision you could possibly make is paying money for a course full of information that you can easily find for free. By the way, I'm Dan Tavius, how you doing? And I know this isn't my usual type of content, but hey, sometimes you gotta mix it up, alright? This was originally supposed to be a bigger video about influencer courses in general, but I decided just to focus on Sneako and make it like a shorter video, because this man has completely taken over all my social media feeds.
Yeah, he's the hot topic right now, so you knew you was gonna get them views if you did it about Sneako. Which worked, because you ended up on my Explore page, because I've never seen your content before.
And I'm just doing this out of spite. Now, influencer courses aren't anything new. They've been around for years at this point. Everyone from Jake Paul to Graham Stephan to Ninja have come out with some kind of course. But then Andrew Tate came around and flipped the whole game on its head with Hustlers University. After making it big in the world of camgirl streaming, a business which Tate openly admitted to scamming people in, they decided to move on to an even more lucrative business opportunity. Their very own course. Hustlers University has 200,000 members, so they must be offering some scrumptious knowledge for that $50 a month price tag. I got curious and I actually signed up for Hustlers University. I was in there, I was taking the quizzes,
Okay, to be fair, I thought this was about Sneako, now we're about Andrew Tate. Alright. I'm also an Andrew Tate fan. I wouldn't pay for this, but this isn't for me. That's why I wouldn't pay for it.
Reading the lessons, I was talking in the Discord. I did my due diligence, and this might surprise you, but it was. But I don't want to spend too much time about HU because the focus of this video is Sneako. Just know that it's very basic surface level knowledge that you can very easily learn by going on YouTube for like 5 minutes. And that's a...
I mean, you might be right, bro, but you just really threw that Andrew Tate thing in there for no reason. It's about Sneako. He was like, yeah, let me get this little Andrew Tate dig up in here. Yeah. Now that we're done, now for me to take down Sneako.
A common theme with these types of courses. If you can't figure out this taught in Hustlers University on your own, then you must be mentally deficient or something, and you're probably not going to be rich, because you know what rich people don't do? Spend $50 a month on internet courses just because they think the guy who promotes them is cool. But the quality of the course doesn't really matter. What does matter is those sweet, sweet affiliate links. If you're unaware, Hustlers University has an affiliate program, which means that anybody who signs up for it gets a link. They then post a clip of Andrew on YouTube or TikTok or Grindr or whatever, and if somebody clicks that link, they get some money. Not only does this make Andrew rich, but it also spreads his name out to all corners of the internet, which makes more people aware of him.
Which is smart marketing. Sneako is cool with people doing that with his stuff too. Which once again is smart marketing. Like, they're getting their face and their content pushed everywhere, and then the person that's pushing it gets a cut of it. I mean, from a marketing standpoint, that's genius.
Which causes more people to click on the affiliate links, which causes more people to join the course, and so on and so forth. Say what you will about this guy, but he's very smart in a Machiavellian way. Now, it's only natural that when you have a successful business model like that you're gonna have some people who try to imitate you. Which brings me to Sneako.
There's no secret. You don't need Hustlers Academy. You don't need this. If you join my course, don't join a course and expect to learn everything. They're not gonna solve your problems. You need to seek out that information for yourself.
4 to 6 weeks later.
I want to teach you everything I know about how to make money online, from the back end, from the editing side, from Photoshop, how to
After seeing how much...
You clipped that out of context, bro, because I actually watched Sneako streams before they pulled his channel, and he was explaining the course that you just clipped to do that. Oh, that's crazy. He was explaining his own course because people were upset because he was charging a flat fee of $250, and a bunch of people were mad, and he was just like, it's a flat fee, it's a lifetime membership fee for $250, which they got mad about, and they were just like, no, why don't you just make it a monthly membership fee for like, which didn't make any sense. They were like for $25 or $50. And I'm just sitting there reading the chat as they were saying this, and I'm like, you're gonna end up paying more than $250 over time. He's gonna make so much money. You're basically giving him a better plan to make more money. And the whole reason they were saying that, because they were just like, well, I don't have $250 right now to join, so you should make it this monthly membership thing. And it's like, bro, then just save the $250. So it's like his own fan base basically was like, hey, how dare you charge us this lifetime membership fee monthly? And but that's what that clip is. So you totally clipped that out of context.
Much of a massive success Hustlers University was, Sneako decided to make his own version. Because he is similar to Andrew Tate in many ways, except less rich and less charismatic and less funny and more retarded. And while Andrew Tate is selling...
Wow! Bro, are we gonna get to is this just a 19-minute hit piece on Sneako? Is this a 19-minute hit? And this what it seems like. We haven't even talked about Sneak. We're 5 minutes in, and I've learned about Andrew's course, and we haven't even got on Sneakos yet.
Selling you a Bugatti and a yacht. Sneako is selling you a Dodge Charger and a pair of fake Yeezys. Now, Sneako is not a businessman, but what he does know is how to create content. And not only that, he knows how to create good content. The man has been on YouTube for almost 10 years, and he's made hundreds of videos. There's no denying that the videos on his main channel are extremely well made, carefully thought out, beautifully edited. Which makes it even sadder that this is what he's known for these days.
So do you feel like for people, depression is a choice?
Yeah. Yes. I'm in bed, man. Get up, pussy. I'm tired of that shit.
Okay.
But this is the type of content that's made him absolutely explode in popularity in the last few months.
I mean, yeah, so the thing is with the first channel, I agree with you. His content was very well edited and done properly. But where he messed up at is he wasn't consistent on that channel. That's why it didn't grow the way it should have. Versus that second live stream channel, he was on there every day, live streaming for like 6 to 8 hours a day of just different content. Then chopping all that up, posting numerous videos a day, and he just kept doing it. Like he was actually consistent. That also made him, he said one of the things that made him inconsistent is that he smoked weed all the time. He smoked it like every day. Once he realized like if I have to live stream every day and be focused and all this other stuff, he stopped smoking. So yeah, that's what he's more so known for, but that's because he didn't put that consistency into the first channel. But I think it's better that he did that with the second channel because as a man, it made him more focused and to put him on his purpose. Like it started putting him on the path for his purpose. So if that got him to stop doing drugs and become focused and just focus on work and getting things done every day, that's actually a good thing.
And I think it's gone through his head a little bit, to be honest. Like, this man really made a 50-minute long documentary about himself. Do you know how fucking narcissistic you have to be to make a documentary about yourself? You know, there's a saying...
Bro, to be fair, a lot of my favorite YouTubers do have documentaries on themselves. And as a fan, I like watching them. I actually like vlog channels the best. Like, if I find somebody's channel that I really like and I find out that they have a second vlog channel, your vlog channel is essentially just a documentary into your life. So I don't really see anything wrong with that. I actually like documentaries.
Back in the old country, which roughly translates to, he eats his own shit and thinks it's chocolate. I know that's kind of a gross image, but I think you guys get the idea of what I'm trying to say here. The guy has a big ego, and this really comes across in his course, but we're gonna get more into that later. The first thing you're gonna notice when you dive into the creativity kit is how little thought and effort was put into it. The editing is minimal. It's like one take in OBS with the occasional cut here and there. But the most egregious thing of all is that his Twitch subscriber notification thing keeps going off every 5 seconds.
Get complacent. What that specific... You used to be better. He's complacent. The liberal woke for the fact that he's just destiny. That was a good point. But that's not creativity. Time. He has never made French Montana. Part of this was because I was getting to the truth.
Most of this course isn't even taught by Sneako himself. It's taught by this Arabian Keebler elf-looking gentleman who I guess is Sneako's editor. His name's Musa. And this dude has like a fraction of the charisma of Sneako, so sitting through his portion was kind of a slog. And honestly, the information he provides isn't even good. Like, he has a few sections about how to go viral on TikTok, and it's basically just him showing you other viral TikToks and saying to copy them. Not exactly groundbreaking stuff. But look, I'm not gonna sit here and act like...
I mean, I'll give you this, like the subscribe thing, that is annoying. I think he more than likely forgot to cut that off before doing his thing, and then after doing it, he probably was like, I'm not doing that again. Knowing Sneako, that's probably what it was. That's why I ended up in there. Is that professional? Does it look good? No. I'll give you that. In terms of his editor being in there showing you how to do things, I mean, if you look for information for free on Google, and I know because you're saying you had to pay for this, so I get it. But if you look for stuff on Google, especially when it comes to like how to make enticing thumbnails, everybody's thumbnails usually look the same because they be like, this is how you make it, this is how you do it. When you want to make the short videos to engage people, they're like, have it look like this. You want the words to be on the bottom of the screen to pop up so people can read the words along, so if they don't cut the volume on it. But you notice everybody does the same thing, but like that's just because it works. That's just really all it is. Now, like I said, you can also get that same information for free, but we're talking about people that won't even take the time out to look for this information for free. If people are willing to pay for it, and I said this in the beginning, that that's what they're gonna pay for. They're not gonna do what me and you do. They're not gonna actually like research and do things on their own. They want somebody to explain it to them and hold their hand through the process. That's what you pay for these courses for.
Like all the information provided was bad. There's definitely some solid advice in there. For example, he sets pretty realistic expectations in saying that your videos are probably going to suck when you first start out, and to just stick through it because it might take a while before success comes. There's a few other nuggets of gold in there, but for the most part, the information is pretty general, and a lot of it is just anecdotal. It's stuff that's worked for Sneako. When it comes to things that you can actually apply yourself, it's kind of dog. Like, there's not really a lot of information on what equipment to use, what editing software to use, how to make a good thumbnail and title, how to edit. It's extremely lacking in what I consider these very crucial areas, and a novice to the YouTube game might not even notice these things, but me, who's, you know, been making videos for a while now, it just stands out so much more. The more I watch this course...
I mean, that's facts. If somebody's paying, because like I said, these are people that aren't going to Google this information. That should have been in there. On the other side of the fence, Sneako said this is an ever-evolving thing. So the information's always going to be updated. Things are always going to be added. So the way I'm looking at it is if you joined in the very beginning and you feel like it wasn't worth it and you leave, you're gonna miss out on the rest of it. That's like when we buy video games now, and it's like, you know how things aren't really ready at like the first week, so you keep getting patch updates as the year goes on. That's like what he plans to do with the course. You really gotta stick around, but they turned it to that monthly model. If his fans would have just shut up and stuck to that $250 model, man, it wouldn't have been that bad. You would have just been in there.
The more I realized that teaching people was an afterthought. Aside from the affiliate program, which we're going to get into soon, it seems like instead of teaching people how to successfully monetize their creativity, what he's doing more of is, number one, humble bragging.
Tomorrow I'm about to fly to Puerto Rico and meet up with this crypto multi-millionaire. A lot of people are impressed by the fact that I'm able to talk so fast because I'm challenging people. I'm making people think. It's creative, it's different, it's always changing, and that's why people like it. That's why I can do meetups all over the world, and YouTubers like me can't do that.
And number two, talking about people he doesn't like.
XQC's a gamer. He will only game, he will never grow. He's not an artist. He found his demographic playing stupid video games, and that's what he will do forever. Destiny, I debated him. He's a centrist political guy or whatever. His audience likes to think that they're smart by hearing and bring up studies and stuff like that. Hasanabi found a demographic saying the liberal woke, yes, right wing, yes, liberal, 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 and then he gets a bunch of liberals who don't ever want to think differently or challenge their own thoughts, And they just, yes, you're right. They get happy for the fact that he's just saying what they already think. It's an echo chamber of liberal nonsense. That's not art. That's not creative.
A little bit of a...
I don't think that's talking ish to. I think he was talking ish about XQC, but the other two, he's actually cool with Destiny. He don't like Hasanabi, but I think he was more so. I'm not in the course, but instead of just saying like, this is what happens if you stay with a certain niche, you know what I'm saying, to like put your channel in. So for example, I like financial channels, but after a while, like, there's really nothing new that they can tell you, to be real. Like, once you hear it after a while, it's like, okay, I got it. But that's just their content, so you're gonna keep getting financial videos about the same thing every other day. And the same with the red pill sector. Like, once you hear how they speak, and like, this is how you go about women, and this is how you be a man, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. After a while, it really is just repeating themselves. I think that was just his weird way of saying that. Also, to say XQC is never going to grow, isn't he like, doesn't he have like the biggest fan base on Twitch or something? I know I don't watch his content. I saw him through that Andrew Tate video where Andrew Tate was like, will you protect your girl if there's like somebody in the house? He's just like, no, we're hiding together. I'm not taking... I watched that whole clip. For those that don't think I watched it, I watched the full 5-hour clip. It was, man, my man's is weak. He's soft. I can see you getting on him, but as far as being a gamer, ain't he one of the biggest ones? Because I ended up looking him up after that. I think he'll be good for a while.
Sidebar here, but I find this point absolutely hilarious. Like, the irony is delicious. Sneako is describing exactly what he does, what made him blow up so quickly, all right? He's 100% right about Hassan, by the way, but replace the word liberal with right wing, and that's Sneako. He says exactly what a certain demographic of people want to hear, and they all spam W Sneako in the chat. The lack of self-awareness is fucking beautiful, man. So Sneako calls out XQC, Hassan, and Destiny for not being true creatives, and this is true. They're not true creatives. It doesn't take a lot of creativity to watch somebody else's videos. But you know who Sneako did promote as a good example of what people should do? A YouTuber by the name of Sonny Faz. If you're unfamiliar with who that is,
I know who
his
Sonny
whole
is.
gimmick is that he watches Andrew Tate and Sneako and other red pill videos with his mom, and the mom reacts positively to them. And Sneako brought him on as a special guest in his Discord and held him up as an example of YouTube success. Really, Sneako? Is this...
Yeah, that's kind of funny because like all Sonny and his mom does is just watch videos and react to them. It's just a reaction channel, so that's actually pretty funny.
This guy creative? No disrespect, but every video this guy makes is the same thing. It's pretty much everything you said you were against. But because he's right-wing, you uphold him as an example of creativity? It's kind of hypocritical, don't you think? Okay, before I move on, I want to say one nice thing about Sonny because I ragged on him a little bit. It was kind of mean, and that's that his mom is hot. So, Sonny's mom, if you're watching this, you know, hit me up. I'll fly you out. We can share a shrimp cocktail or something. Now, anybody who purchases the creativity kit also gets access to the Discord, which is a community of like-minded individuals who are trying to make it in the social media game. Which sounds pretty great, but why do I need to pay $50 for that? I'm in a couple of different Discord servers right now for YouTubers, and it's a pretty similar vibe, to be honest. People helping each other out, giving each other advice on editing and thumbnails, networking. But one thing I noticed about Sneako's server is that a lot of people are just reposting Sneako's content. It's not exactly what I would call creative. And it's funny because throughout the course, he rags on people multiple times for making content that's too similar to his or to other people.
A lot of people try to copy the 1 Minute Podcast or try to copy my style. There's always somebody who has the 2018, 2019, like fake deep Sneako type beat videos. It's really predictable from the first few shots of the B-roll because it's really unique to my style. Don't just copy a formula that somebody else laid out. Take bits and pieces that other people have paved, but still use it to be different. Because trust me, you do not want to come off like a copycat. Dare to be different.
Yeah, dare to be different by clipping my videos and posting them on TikTok with 1 million other people.
So, this is how I'll take it. I'm not in the course, I'm just reacting to what you're reacting to. Yes, because he tells people to clip all his stuff and put it around. Then it has to look like everybody else's so it gets viewed, blah, blah, blah. We already talked about that. Marketing, genius marketing, if you ask me. How I'm viewing that, though, if you're just starting, Now, these people are doing Sneako accounts, but say, for example, you're making your own content, like I'm making my own content, right? The whole, you don't want to do what everybody else does, blah, blah, blah. I think it's okay if you're trying to be consistent and trying to get off the ground, like I am. At some point, you got to stop, though. You gotta start moving into your own direction. Which, funnily enough, on one of my videos, somebody left me a very positive comment. And they put that piece of advice in there. They were like, hey, love your video, blah, blah, blah. You could definitely grow doing this style, but I just don't want you to be like stagnant or something around 50K or whatever. I hope you don't take this hate, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't, because it's funny that I already had a plan for what I was doing. So I agree with the clip with Sneako, because you have to have your own style and stuff moving forward, which I'm already in the plans of working on. And I'm still in my baby stages. If I wanted to, the way I do videos now, man, I can ride this out until I'm like thousands upon thousands of subs and then switch it up. But honestly, I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I proved to myself I can be consistent. I know how to work the software. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. Now it's time to implement my plan and start slowly implementing my changes in there so I can start standing out. So I get it for that. Doesn't make much sense for his course, though, if everybody's just having Sneako fan accounts clipping his stuff up. But if anybody in there is trying to do their own thing, it makes sense for that. But I'm not sure how many people in there are doing their own thing, because I'm not in his course.
That's what true creatives do. And that brings me to what I believe is the true objective of this course: affiliate marketing. And it's very similar to Hustler's University. He gets people to post videos about him with an affiliate link, and somebody clicks that link and they get a whole $5, while he gets the remaining $45, not to mention all the exposure. You know, to be honest, I don't really understand why you would participate.
Okay, so him saying that it is $50 a month then. That makes me wonder. So if we do the taxes, we gotta do the taxes. We're just gonna do 33% of $50. So that's $1,650. So 50 minus $1,650 is $3,350. He has to pay Musa some, I don't know what you would pay Musa. Let's say Musa gets $10 off every person that comes in. Leaves you with $2,350, and then you're giving somebody $5 if they bring somebody, and that leaves Sneako with $1,850 after taxes. That's not bad. I mean, if he wanted to make it 10 instead of 5, I could see it, but I'm looking at it from a business sense. You really have to pull everything else in there. Taxes being one of them. Taxes always has to come out first when you figure out how much you're going to give somebody. And then taxes, and like I said, you have to pay the editor, so is it low? Yeah, but I get it from a business point of view.
Paid as an affiliate, you're basically working to make another man rich in exchange for a couple of bucks. And man, that sounds an awful lot like a job. That should.
I mean, also to be fair, that's kind of the affiliate marketing role for most. Like, a lot of people like having the Amazon affiliate links in their description boxes. So it's like, oh, this is what I use for my setup. This is what I use for this. This is what I used in this video. And you click the link. They get paid off of that too, and it's not really a large amount. It's actually pretty small.
Sure sounds a lot like the Matrix that everybody's trying to escape. But hey, maybe I'm just a negative guy. Maybe I'm just a hater. After all, if you look at the testimonials section of Sneako's Discord, you'll find glowing reviews for this course. People talking about how it changed their lives. It made them better. It cured their diseases. It made them immortal. But what if I told you that Sneako, the king of free speech himself, was deleting negative reviews? Now,
I mean, probably. Every Discord server I've ever been in, if they had a testimony section, I've never seen a negative review in the testimony section, like, ever. So it's possible. I know one Discord server I was in, so I paid to be in a cook group last, like, September. I think it was, like, September. And after a while, I did see some negative stuff posted in there, and then you just didn't see it anymore. And they deserve the negativity because they were scamming people in there. I left that, went to the cook group I'm in now. The cook group I'm in now, not only does it cost way less per month, it's like way better. Like way better. Like I made so much money off reselling being in that cook group. Boy.
I wasn't there for this, but the YouTuber Souls made a very good video on the creativity kit, which I suggest you guys all go watch. In the video, he says that some people were having technical issues with the course. They weren't able to watch any of the videos because the playback wasn't working. So they asked for a refund, and support basically told the guy to get f***ed.
Basically, every product you buy these days allow a full refund if the product doesn't work for you. I can't watch these videos because my internet is bad despite having 100 megabits per second download, and so I cannot gain any value out of them. I've asked everyone all the way up to Musa for a refund, and the response I got was surprisingly rude and unhelpful, so I was forced to file a claim through my bank. It's depressing that you guys chose to run your business this way. There's my testimonial. Watch it get removed because you guys don't unplug kids from the Matrix. You just plug them into your own Matrix. And you know what happened? Yo, what happened, Bezos? Like, what happened? Post got removed. The post got removed. The post got removed?
But then to come about literally hours later, like a bunch of people were having the same issue. So it wasn't just that guy. So then again, I checked a couple hours later after that, and I see that the message is gone, which confused me. I'm like, where did it go? Their explanation, I've seen a couple people in my comment section as well in that video say that they were mass deleting a bunch of testimonials, and it was just a part of the deletion, accidentally speaking. They can't bring messages back. But, and you know, I don't know if I should give them the benefit of the doubt, but just that image of, yo, there's this negative testimonial and it got deleted, it just looks it's very hypocritical based off of his message.
Right. Also,
yeah, it does. But like I said, out of all the servers I've been in, do you really think in the testimony section of their server, it's their server you're paying to be in, you think they're going to leave the negative stuff in there? I highly doubt it. They want all that positivity, so when new people come in and they're just like scrolling around on all the tabs and they go there, it's just nothing but a bunch of positivity. It's how you get people to feel comfortable being in something they just paid for. Is it right? No, it is not. I think the funniest story I have for this, it's not even for a Discord server. It's back years ago. I actually had an account on Fiverr.com where I was a top seller on there for one of my services. And we ended up going through some crazy stuff was happening. And they used to have a forum on the site where the buyers and the sellers can like talk about anything, list their grievances. In the seller section, there was a grievance area where you could talk about like all the problems you're having at the moment. I noticed until we ended up getting effed over, people would be like, hey, I'm dealing with this, blah, blah, you guys scammed me, you kept my money, blah, blah, blah. And mind you, these are the sellers. They're talking to Fiverr, right? And they're putting the post out, and some people will be like, hey, what's going on? Did you hear from customer service? You never hear from that person again. Next thing you know, the account's gone. So at that point, I would see stuff like that. I'd be like, well, maybe they just left because they had a bad experience, until we went through it. Once we went through it and then did the same thing, guess what happened? They removed our account completely. So am I shocked that like if people like YouTubers selling courses are doing it? No, because actual business did it. An actual business did it. And I know Fiverr's not the only one. There's probably numerous businesses out there on the web that do the same exact thing. That's why in the very beginning, that's why I said, I was like, you can literally learn anything you want for free through Google, Barnes and Nobles, your library, anything you want to know for free. But most people aren't going to do that. That's why they pay, so they can have their hand held and somebody to talk to help them through their issues at all times. That's what all this is.
Funnily enough, Sneako did not react to that video, when usually he reacts to every video with his name in the title. So I find that funny, you know, I wonder why. Oh, and you thought that was bad? Well, after I already filmed and started editing this video, I came across something interesting. Sneako's editor posted that they're doing a giveaway in which they're giving 2 lucky members 2 free months of Creativity Kit access if they leave a review for the course. If they get enough reviews, the Creativity Kit will get pushed to the front of WAP, which is the website that it's hosted on. I guess on WAP's homepage, it lists the very best reviewed courses at the very top. So basically what they're doing here is buying reviews. I highly doubt anybody who's trying to score 2 free months of the kit is going to leave a bad review. And to be honest, most of the people buying this course are just Sneako sicko fans who are riding too hard to realize how bad it actually is. And they're strategically incentivizing that group of people to leave reviews. But this right here should...
Alright, bro, to be fair, once again, Sneako's not the only one doing this. I was in 2 different cook groups. I'm still in one now. They all do the same thing, bro. I just really feel like you just wanted to make a 19-minute hit piece on Sneako. Because even if some of the stuff you're saying is valid, which because you in the group and you're showing things, so it's like, yeah, that's messed up, that happened, blah, blah, blah. But then you'll say some other things where it's like, yo, you just had negative energy off rip, bro. Like, you just wanted to just be like, let me tell y'all how stupid he is. Also, I guess here's his course, which is stupid too. I feel like that's all this is.
To show you just how dog this course is if they have to resort to buying reviews, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure is illegal. All right, I'm pretty sure the people leaving these reviews are required by law to disclose that they left the review as part of a giveaway. But on WAP, it doesn't display the entire review, only the rating, so it's impossible to disclose that certain reviews have been part of a giveaway or a sweepstakes. It's essentially false advertising. They're attempting to push their course to the front page of this website under false pretenses, and people are going to see the reviews and be like, oh wow, this must be a really good course. Look at all those 5-star reviews. When in reality, it's a 2-star course at best. What the f are you guys doing, man? Just make the course better and you'll get good reviews. It's that simple. But I think right now they realize that their course stinks. Oh, and by the way, they said that their goal was to get 100 reviews, and right now they're sitting on a solid 17. Anyways, now that I've torn this course to pieces, I think it's time for me to say something nice. One thing I think is really cool that he did is that in the Discord group, he has these networking meetings that he holds like 3 times a week, where you actually have the opportunity to ask Sneako questions and listen to people who have had success in becoming financially independent. And I think that's awesome, all right? I got to give credit where credit's due. That's really cool, and a lot of people wouldn't do that. Also, to be fair, I do see that they're trying to put in the effort to improve their course. They're adding new videos, and they're taking criticism into account.
Which is what I said earlier in the video, is that he said from day one that they were always going to be improving the course over time. I said that in the beginning of this video. Also, he also said when the course dropped the first time, before we got that commercial of him walking that he showed earlier, there was a lot of technical difficulties and problems, and he had addressed that on stream during that whole week when he was going through issues. So when they did show like all the people being mad that the videos weren't working, I wonder if that was during the beginning of that time period or if that was recent. I don't know. I wasn't in the course, and the way he's chopping up and all the negativity, I don't even know. I don't know when he came in at that point either, so.
For example, I see that they added a video on how to edit like Sneako. Now, is the video great? In my opinion, not really, but at least they're trying, okay? So one day, this might be a good course, but that day is not today, because they released an unfinished product. They basically pulled a Cyberpunk 2077. But hey, at least they're trying, right? Like, a lot of people wouldn't even do that, so shout out to...
Yeah, I did compare it to video games earlier when I said you get the patch updates as the year goes on.
That being said, I do not think the course is worth $50 a month. You know, unless you're a giant Sneako fan and want to talk to him a few times a week. But do I think it's a scam? No, not really. It's just a bad product. It's unfinished, It was rushed, and it lacks very basic information. And sure, some of the advice is good, but most of it is anecdotal. If you're actually serious about being a creative and making a career out of YouTube, you're better off spending your money on an editing software, a microphone, or something. And you know, people need to stop spending money on these dog courses in general, because none of these people whose courses you're buying needed a course to find success. And I think Sneako himself said it best.
I said that in the beginning of the video too. I said that. I literally said that. These are people that just want their handheld. That's all. Also, that's cool that Sneako actually talks to you. Most YouTubers don't even go into their Discord. I know Young Don, he be in his all the time, and you can interact and talk with him. His editor Cordell is always in there. So the fact that Sneako's actually in his 3 times a week, that's actually pretty dope. Because most YouTubers, they don't jump in their Discourse. You really just be talking to other fans.
Just YouTube it. Do a quick Google search. All the information is at your fingertips. Everything, all information in human history is right here. This is all right here. You can search up and find out and learn anything right now.
All these influencer courses.
I said that too. Yep. This didn't need to be 19 minutes.
Courses are the same, man. They make you feel like shit about your life and convince you that the only way that you can be happy is by dropping out of school and becoming an influencer. Let me tell you something. We have enough influencers. You know what we don't have enough of? Doctors, engineers, firemen, policemen.
I agree.
Basically everything else that society requires.
I agree with you.
That's why everything's so right now, because everybody wants to be famous. Nobody wants to do things that actually matter. And other than that, I don't have much to say. If you guys enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. Check me out on Patreon, and check me out on all of the social media too. God bless.
God bless, my man. I agree with that ending. Like, everybody wants to be famous, but everybody can't be famous. With that said, we all can be financially rich and stable, whatever rich looks like to you. I know me saying that, some people are going to be like, we all can't be millionaires and multimillionaires and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, but do you think, like, you can ever just have just 500 G's off to the side laying around so you and your family are just comfortable and safe and all that? We all can be that. I actually have videos talking about that, but no, we all can't be influencers. Some of y'all just got to get a job, man. Get a 9-to-5 that you like. It's like, I know a lot of us like hate the 9-to-5s that we have or have had in the past, but you just, you know, you just got to find something you actually like and then do something you also like on the side outside of work to build that up. So you can have extra money and be comfortable and savings and investments and all that. That's all it boils down to. Don't let somebody tell you if you're sad, be like, you got to do this to get happy. Only you can figure out what's going to make you happy. That's all I got to say about that. If you guys want to see me react to more videos like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss when I drop a video. If I do happen to miss a video drop, the only way I can update you guys is through my social media. So if you're not following me there, the links to that is in the description box below. So until next time, you already know who it is. It's Sang.